Good morning, guys. My name is Radhesham Viragi. I am again here with these morning classes at 5 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. So today we are also going to study some important numericals of civil engineering, some important problems of civil engineering, some important key points of civil engineering. Okay, so let us play with some civil engineering concepts with Radhesham Beragi. So these are the problems we are going to study here today. As we all know that yesterday what we have studied, we have studied the determinancy, indeterminancy and stability of structure. Today I am going to tell you something, some interesting points of structural analysis. Today we are solving some questions of force method of analysis and the displacement method of analysis. This is slope deflection method, and force method is force. This is force method of analysis. Okay. So let us see the question number 1. In the cantilever beam, see guys, in all these questions you have to memorize it. Just memorize it. Don't try to explain or elaborate it. Just memorize it, because the questions will directly come in the examinations. They can give the xy. They can give it in the xy terms, and they can give in the with the values. So you need to find just putting the value. Okay. So see. What is question number 1? Question number 1 is, in the cantilever beam as shown in the given figure del 2 is the deflection under x due to W1. Okay. What this is telling? This is telling that in the figure number 2, deflection x is due to deflection under x due to W1. Okay. And 8y point, this is the y point, and deflection is coming due to weight, what? Due to weight W1. Okay, due to weight W1. So deflection is coming due to weight W1 at y. Here the deflection is coming under y due to load W2. Okay, so there are two things here. One is deflection del 1, another is deflection del 2. So deflection del 2 is due to W1 and del 1 is due to W2. So then it is asking the ratio of W1 upon W1 by W2 is what? Sorry, del 1 by del 2 is what? The ratio of del 1 by del 2 is C, W2 by W1, the reciprocal of loads. Okay, the reciprocal of loads. So W1 is inversely proportional to del 1, or del 1 is inversely proportional to W1, and del 2 is inversely proportional to W2. So the ratio of del 1 by del 2 will be W2 by W1. Okay, just remember this, W2 by W1. Just remember that del 1 del 2 is equal to W2 by W1. Okay, they will put the value, or they will just give value of one load, and then deflections you have to find the another load. Okay, you can find by using this equation. So correct answer is D. In question number 2, the strain energy due to bending in the cantilever beam has shown is what? See the cantilever beam, P is acting at the free end. So what will be the strain energy? Strain energy will be the D option is correct. P square L cube upon 6 EI. What? P square L cube upon 6 EI. This will be the strain energy here, where EI is the flexural rigidity, L is the length. Okay, and it is fixed at one end. called cantilever beam. So there will be Stern energy P square L cube upon 6 EI. Just remember this. They can ask Stern energy and bending moment cantilever what? P square L cube upon 6 EI. Okay. So correct answer D. The question number 3, the unit load method used in structural analysis what? Derived from Castiglione's theorem. This is what? The unit load method used in structural analysis. This is derived from Castiglione's theorem. This Castiglione's theorem is very, very important theorem. And if you will be with me, I will tell you this Castiglione's theorem in the effective way. I am having some very, very important practices I have done earlier. Okay, so let us move to the question number 4. For a linear elastic structural system, minimization of potential energy yields. See, what will be the answer here? See, A will be the answer here. Compatibility equation. What is compatibility equation? For a linear elastic structural system, minimization of potential energy yields compatibility equation. What is compatibility equation? Just remember this. Question number 5. If the shear force at a section of a beam under bending is equal to 0, then bending moment at that section will be either maximum or minimum. Okay. If the shear force at section of a beam under bending is equal to 0, then bending moment at that section either may be maximum or minimum. Okay. So this is also very important concept we has to remember. Question number 6. For the given beam BM at XX cross section is in kilonewton per meter. See, there are two supports. One is fixed with spring and another is, I think, pin support. Okay. So see, what this is asking? This is asking bending moment at XX section. This cross section, what will be the bending moment? So you can directly see the bending moment here. See, one vertical load will be acting at, let us take here, one vertical load is acting at here. Okay, here, and 20 is acting here. So if we will take bending moment against this XX cross section, what will be the moment? Okay, there will be the moment 20 into 2. So this will be 40. Okay, see, this is 20 into 2. And another thing is what? This is the vertical load. So what will be the vertical load? Can you see the vertical load here? Here vertical load will be, there will be two reactions here. R1 plus R2 is equal to what? Ra plus R2 is equal to 30. Okay. So if you will take moment against spring section, okay, so 20 into 3 minus Ra will be here, Ra into 2 is equal to minus, sorry, 1 is also there, minus 10 into 1 is equal to what? This value will come. Okay, so this is 10 minus 60 will be the 50. So R is 2 to 50 by 2 is Ra will be 25. See the 25 here. This Ra will be 25. So 25 into 2, sorry, 25 into 1 and 20 into 2. So 20 into 2 is 40. 25 into 2 is 40. So 40 minus 25 will be how much? 25 minus 40. 25 minus 40. 25 minus 40 is what? This will be I think 25 into 1 into 20 into 2. So this will be 30 and 40. 15 will be the answer here. The correct answer is, this is very interesting question. See, don't panic to see this equation. This is very interesting beam. Okay, you just need to solve the equations Ra, Rb, and you should take moment against this cross section x-axis. You will get 15 easily, like this I have done. I calculate Ra, then I take moment at x-axis. So I just applied the simple concepts and found that is 15. 15 will be the correct answer here. So see the question number 7. For the given figure, what is the value of fixed moment at A? What is the value of fixed moment at A? Just remember this. See, this is very interesting question. One MA moment acting at A and P acting at the middle of the section hinge, and which is L by 2, L by 2 distance from the A and B. So moment at A will be PL by 4. Just remember this. The correct answer is C. Okay. These are the very important questions that generally examiner asks, and if you will memorize this, trust me, you will solve this. Okay. Most of the people even not aware about this. They didn't want to memorize also. So see, question number 8. Reactions at the fixed support Ra will be what? See, very interesting questions. One end is fixed and B, there is a support at B. Okay, hinge at the midsection. So this is telling what will be the reaction here. See, what will be the reaction here? Here the reaction will be P. Okay. Here the reaction will be what? P, because P is acting L by 2. So Ra is equal to P. Simple. This is very interesting because P is acting downward will be equal to one Ra is acting at upward at fixed support. Okay. So reaction at A will be what? Ra will be P. Question number 9. Which one of the following is not a force method? C. Kenny's method is not a force method. C. Beatty's method, column analogy method, and unit load method. These three methods are force method, and Kenny's method is not force method. So please remember all 4 points: Beatty's method, column analogy method, unit load method. These methods are force method, and Kenny's method is not a force method. Okay. Question number 10. Force method in structural analysis always ensures what? Compatibility of deformation. What ensures? Compatibility of deformations. Let us move to the question number 11. If support B settles downward by amount del, then what will happen? Moment at A will be maximum. What? Moment A will be maximum. If support B settles downward by an amount del, if support B settles downward by an amount d, then the maximum moment at A will be maximum. Maximum moment will be at where? A, point A. If B is moving downward by del. Okay, so correct answer is B. Question number 12. For the given beam, which one represents the correct BMD? C. P is acting at L by 6 from the hinges, and from fixed and then L by 3 from the fixed support. So you can see L by 3 total distance is L, where L by 3 and then L by 6. So this is also L by 3. Okay, so what will be the correct bending moment diagram? See, this is the correct bending moment diagram. PL by 12. If you will take here, what will be the so see, this is L by 6 plus L by 3. This is I think L by 2. So P L by 2, P L by 12. See, P L by 6, P L by 6, and then P L by 12. Yes, this is the correct answer. P L by 12. So B is the correct answer here. See, P is acting at the midsection. Two hinges are here. Okay, total length is L. So both ends are fixed. So what will the fixed moment at A? This will be PL by 6 at the ends and PL by 12 at the mid. So correct bending moment diagram is what? B, as shown in the B. Now let us move to the next question. Question number 13. Reactions at support C is what? A, B, C. So B is hinge, A is fixed, C is support, roller support. P is acting at the point D. Okay, and it is equally distance L by 2, L by 2, L by 2. So this is asking reactions at support C is what? C is what? C will be 2P. C will be how much? 2P. Twice the load acting at point D. Okay. So correct answer is 2P. Question number 14. The moment K required to rotate the near end of a prismatic beam through unit angle without translation, the far end being fixed, is given by 4 EI upon L. 4 EI upon L. The moment K required to rotate the near end of a prismatic beam through unit angle without translation, the far end being fixed, is given by 4 EI upon L. Okay, so this will be 4 EI upon L. Have you understand? 4 EI upon L, the moment K required to rotate the near end of a prismatic beam through unit angle without translation, the far end being fixed, is given by 4 EI upon L. This is very important question, just remember the formula. So correct answer is D. Question number 15. If the free end of the cantilever of span L and flexural rigidity EI undergo a unit displacement without rotation, what is bending moment induced at the fixed support? What is 6 EI upon L square? In the question number 15, the correct answer will be 6 EI upon L square. Now let us move to the question number 16. The absolute maximum bending moment in a simply supported beam of span L meter due to moving UDL of 4 kilonewton spanning over 6 mm is what? See, you can see and you can observe the B is the correct answer here. Okay, so you can see here the UDL due to moving UDL of 4 kilonewton per meter is here, and over a span of 6, and the total span is what? 10 meter. So 6 into 4, 24. 24 is here. Okay, so this is asking the absolute maximum bending moment in a simple supported beam will be how much? 24 multiplied by what? 24 multiplied by I think 6, so 3. So this will be 6 and 8. This will be 2 and 1, 7. So at the mid support will be the maximum bending moment, and at the mid support that bending moment will be how much? That bending moment will be 42. Okay, so you can simply calculate, no issue at all. RA plus RB is equal to 24. So RA is 12 and RB also 12. This will come here. So this is when you will see here, when you will calculate the bending moment at the mid span, you can easily calculate by taking moment at mid span. So that will be RA into what is the mid span? Mid span is at the 5. Okay, mid span at the 5. So when you will take at the mid span, so RA into 5. Okay, RA into 5. So RA will be 12. This is 12. 12 into so 12 into 5, 60. 60 is here, and then 24 is at the what point? At the point 2. So 24 into 2 is how much? 8, 4, 48. Okay, 48 is here. So when you will subtract 60 from 48, 48 will be minus and this will be positive. So when you will subtract 48 from 60, it will come to 48 from 60. See here, you can hear 60, 48. So this will come 2 and 5 is remaining. So this is 12. And this will be how much? This will be 5. 12 into 5, 60. And then you will subtract 24 into 2. So this is 42 kilonewton at the midspan is coming here. Please be calculate. Okay, 48 is coming here. Okay, I will bring this question again for you. Okay, just please can keep this. Let us move to the question number 17. The three moment equation is applicable only when there is no discontinuity such as hinges within the span. Then three moment equation is applicable. Okay, so question number 17 C is the correct answer. Let us move to the question number 18. The carryover factor for a prismatic member with far and hinged condition is what? 0. In question number 19, if a moment is applied to the hinge end of a prismatic propped cantilever, then the moment at the fixed end will be how much? Will be m by 2. Okay, so let us move to question number 20. The reciprocal theorem of Maxwell is valid for structure both A and B that are elastic having linear force displacement relation. Then the reciprocal theorem of Maxwell is valid. Okay, plastic के लिए valid नहीं है, not valid for plastic. Let us move to the question number 21. For a prismatic beam of length L and moment of inertia I, the stiffness factor is what? EI upon L. EI upon L is what? Stiffness factor. Generally, examiner asks directly the what is the stiffness factor. If I is given and length is given, you can ask, you can calculate using this formula EI upon L. Question number 22. Multiple displacement method are used in structural analysis. Which of the following is not one of these? See, equilibrium method is not. Okay. Method of consistent deformations are there. Multiple displacement method. Okay. Method of consistent deformations are there? No. What method they will use in multiple displacement? Equilibrium method, moment distribution method and stiffness method. Method of consistent deformation is not they use. Okay. So correct answer C, B is the incorrect. Okay, and 3 equilibrium, moment distribution method, stiffness. These are the related with the multiple displacement method, or method of consistent deformation is not related with this. Okay, so like this, let us move to question number 3. See, you just store this diagram in your mind. A frame ABCD supported by a roller and a hinge as shown in the figure. See, this is a roller split, or this is RC, and this RIH is horizontal and RIV is vertical. The reaction at the roller end at A is given. What will be the reaction at roller end? Can you see reaction at roller end? Okay. When you will see reaction at roller end, that will come RAH. Okay. Let us take moment against so and B, or maybe yes, take a moment at C. We're taking moment at C, so is equal to 0. So RAH multiplied by the distance is L minus PL. PL is how much? This is PL by 2. This is going clockwise. this is going anti-clockwise means negative. This P L by 2 is clockwise, so this will be the positive. So clockwise PL by 2 plus minus PL by 2 will be cancel out, so is equal to 0. So RAH will be 0 by L will be 0. So D is the correct answer here. This you can see some solutions are here. Okay, most of them the times it happens and I used to solve some problems. Okay, you can observe this. See, let us move to question number 24. The space diagram of frame structure must have what? Loads and reactions. Okay, yes. Question number 25. A point load of 20 kN acting at the quarter span point of a simply supported beam. Quarter span. See the quarter span. And similar for beam produces central deflection of, what is the central deflection? 2 mm for a central load of 40 kN. Okay, the deflection at the quarter span will be how much? Have you observed the question number which we have studied earlier? Del 1 is equal to del 2 is equal to W2 upon W1. So a point load of 20 kN acting at a quarter span of a point simply supported beam produces a central deflection is 2 mm. So let us take W1, let us take W2 is what?